we have us two, who made games like Monument Valley and Alba.
We make a deliberate effort to tell stories that perhaps haven't been told.
The games have these kind of memorable, relatable main characters that often kind of challenge what a game protagonist looks like.
Show characters and show places and show situations that are perhaps just not properly represented in games. We think about how our games can create a moment that makes people reflect on their own life, reflect on the broader world.
And then on the other hand, we have CCP, makers of Eve Online.
This is a game that came out in 2003, celebrating 20 years of operation in May this year.
And Eve, of course, is this cold, harsh universe.
The team that shapes Eve Online, we had never met the game developer. Not even seen them from afar. So that's why I think Eve Online is a bit in a category on its own.
Commerce and conflict, where the players are expected to write their own stories and find their own meaning within the game.
People are often focusing too much on the graphics, the creation, the creativity, all these things. These are great things, nothing wrong with that. But they have to stand on something that has some meaning, and usually to do that, you have to create an economy around the game to derive meaning from.
Thank you for joining us today. Let's go check out what Maria and Hilmar have to say.
One of the biggest challenges right now is the power that the platforms have. It clearly is something that's working well for consumers, otherwise consumers wouldn't be jumping on it. But it requires that games companies adapt, and everybody over 40 just disappears. And so I thought the games industry was a little bit like Logan's Run. At some point I was going to be disappeared.
There we were, making a VRML browser to create the metaverse, like one for one described by Neil Stevenson in Snowcross.
30 years ago.
30 years ago. We kind of find out that nobody really needs a metaverse. You could really argue who really needs it, even still today. Games can develop all these things, identity formation, human connection, a real sense of camaraderie and belonging. This can be done with games, and it can be done in a more sustainable